Have you ever wondered why your life keeps unfolding in the same way, no matter how hard you try? What if the secret to unlocking a new reality lies within your own energy? In this video, you'll learn how vibration shapes your life, how words become powerful tools for creation, and how scientific prayer can align you with the universe's flow. Plus, discover how forgiveness and oneness can turn your daily life into a constant stream of abundance and peace. It's time to step into your power, watch now, and become the creator of your own reality. Before anything manifests in the physical world, it exists as vibration. Every thought, emotion, object, and experience originates as a subtle oscillation in the field of life. Mountains, rivers, human bodies, and even abstract concepts first exist as frequencies. This is not abstract philosophy. It is a universal law. Life reflects the dominant vibration you emit. Understanding this principle is the first step toward conscious creation, empowerment, and mastery over your reality. Your life, relationships, finances, health, emotional state is a direct reflection of your dominant internal frequency. Recurring patterns, repeated challenges, or persistent limitations are not random. They mirror the energy you consistently broadcast. The universe is impartial. It does not punish or favor. It only returns what you sustain energetically. Recognizing this shifts responsibility inward, transforming you from a passive observer into an active co-creator. Most people live unaware of this law. They blame circumstances, other people, or chance for repeated challenges, yet all experiences are aligned with their own vibrational output. Scarcity emerges from fear and doubt. Conflict arises from anger and frustration. Conversely, joy and abundance result from alignment with clarity, trust, and high-frequency energy. The key is persistence. The mirror reflects dominant, sustained vibration, not fleeting thoughts or occasional intentions. Repetition is the clearest evidence of vibration in action. Patterns recur because the underlying frequency has not been consciously observed or corrected. A person who consistently vibrates fear or insecurity will encounter situations that echo those patterns. This repetition is not punishment, it is feedback. Life provides the signals necessary to observe, adjust, and raise vibration, gradually aligning external circumstances with conscious intention. Awareness is critical. Observe recurring situations, emotional triggers, and habitual reactions. Ask, what frequency am I broadcasting that attracts this reflection? Recognizing patterns illuminates energetic areas that require recalibration. Awareness transforms repetition from frustration into actionable insight, allowing you to consciously adjust internal frequency and shift reflection. Vibration is influenced not only by thought, but also by emotion. Thoughts alone are potential energy. Emotion provides the intensity that activates manifestation. Conversely, emotions without coherent thought scatter energy, producing fragmented or chaotic reflection. True vibrational coherence occurs when thought and emotion are aligned. The alignment of mind and heart amplifies the signal, producing magnetic energy capable of attracting matching circumstances and experiences. Words are the bridge between internal frequency and external form. Every declaration, affirmation, and spoken statement broadcasts vibration into the field, reinforcing either coherence or fragmentation. Phrases such as, "I can't," "I'm unlucky," or "life is hard" are energetic imprints. Conversely, intentional words grounded in clarity and alignment strengthen frequency, transmitting precise energetic commands that influence the mirror of life. Patience is essential. The law of vibration is precise, but does not always produce instant results. A single aligned thought may not immediately manifest. Repeated coherent frequency over time reshapes reflection. Temporary alignment produces partial outcomes, while consistent, sustained vibration establishes reliable and lasting manifestation. Impatience, doubt, or distraction disrupt coherence, weakening the signal. Contrast and polarity play a role as well. Negative experiences and challenges do not punish. They reveal misalignment. Recurring difficulties signal frequencies that require adjustment. Observing these patterns without judgment allows internal recalibration, turning past struggles into learning opportunities and coherent creation. The mirror provides feedback guiding alignment. Science now confirms what spiritual traditions have long taught: all matter is energy vibrating at specific frequencies. Quantum physics shows that observation, intention, and resonance influence outcomes. Reality is not static, it is a dynamic interplay of energy. Mastery of vibration allows you to consciously participate in this process, aligning internal state with desired reflection. To begin mastery, commit to awareness and adjustment. Monitor thoughts, emotions, and habitual language. Identify patterns that reinforce limitation and replace them with coherent, aligned frequencies of abundance, love, and clarity. Practice daily until alignment becomes habitual. Life is not random or dictated solely by external events. It faithfully mirrors the dominant frequency you maintain. Mastery of vibration is mastery of life itself. Life is a mirror reflecting the frequencies you consistently emit. Every event, interaction, and circumstance mirrors the dominant vibration you maintain. The universe does not judge, negotiate, or adjust according to whim. It reflects faithfully and precisely what is broadcast. Recurring patterns, repeated disappointments, or persistent challenges are not coincidences. They are the natural response to the energy you project. Understanding this mirror is crucial to breaking cycles of limitation and consciously shaping your life. Recognizing the mirror begins with careful observation. Take note of repeating circumstances, relationships that falter, financial struggles that persist, emotional triggers that reappear. These reflections are not random. They reveal the vibrational patterns that dominate your subconscious and conscious field. Life acts as an impartial teacher, providing feedback that signals where internal adjustment is necessary. Observing the mirror is the first step toward deliberate transformation. Resonance is the principle that governs reflection. Like attracts like. Frequency determines outcome. Thoughts and emotions of scarcity, fear, or anger resonate outward, attracting circumstances that match those low-frequency vibrations. Conversely, thoughts and feelings of abundance, love, and clarity attract corresponding experiences. The mirror responds to dominant, sustained vibration rather than transient impulses. Occasional positive thoughts cannot override deeply embedded habitual patterns. Coherence and persistence are essential for meaningful change. Many resist acknowledging this law because it challenges the illusion of external causation. It is easier to blame others' circumstances or fate than to accept responsibility for your own vibration. Yet empowerment arises from this acknowledgement. Recognizing that your inner frequency shapes experience allows you to shift from passive reaction to conscious creation. You become the architect of the mirror, capable of recalibrating reflection through alignment of thought, emotion, and will. Human relationships provide the clearest illustration of resonance. Individuals who provoke strong reactions act as mirrors, reflecting unresolved vibration within you. A partner, friend, or colleague may trigger frustration, anger, or fear, not because of their intrinsic nature, but because your frequency resonates with these responses. By observing the emotions they elicit, you identify areas of misalignment and gain insight into habitual energetic patterns. Conscious recalibration then allows you to shift reflection intentionally. Fragmented thought and emotional contradiction weaken resonance. For instance, consciously desiring abundance while harboring deep-seated fear of scarcity produces weak and inconsistent vibration. The subconscious dominates reflection, overriding surface-level intentions. This explains why affirmations often fail unless thought, emotion, and belief are aligned. The vibration remains scattered, and the mirror reflects incoherence rather than intention. Observation is the first corrective step. Monitor patterns, emotional triggers, and habitual responses. Ask yourself, what frequency am I sustaining that produces this reflection? Awareness transforms repetitive experience into insight, highlighting the vibrational adjustments required to alter reflection. Once identified, these patterns can be consciously recalibrated, producing coherent, intentional results. Emotion functions as an amplifier of frequency. Thought without feeling is weak. Emotion without coherent thought produces scattered energy. Love, gratitude, trust, and joy intensify vibration, producing reflection consistent with higher frequency. Conversely, fear, frustration, and resentment dilute energy, perpetuating limitation and discord. The alignment of mind and heart is therefore critical for deliberate creation. Patience is essential. The mirror of life reflects dominant, sustained frequency, not momentary alignment. Change occurs gradually as repeated coherent vibration overrides habitual patterns. Temporary shifts produce transient results, while persistent aligned frequency ensures lasting transformation. Impatience and doubt disrupt coherence, reducing the effectiveness of energetic calibration. Contrast and polarity further refine reflection. Negative experiences, challenges, and setbacks reveal areas of misalignment. Recurring difficulties serve as signals highlighting the frequencies that require adjustment. By observing these patterns without judgment, you transform obstacles into opportunities for internal alignment, turning habitual reflection into conscious creation. Awareness of resonance extends beyond individual experience. Collective societal and environmental patterns reflect aggregated frequency. Personal vibration interacts with these broader fields. Coherence elevates collective reflection, while fragmented energy perpetuates chaos. Each individual functions as a node of influence, contributing to the overall vibrational field and influencing collective experience. Ultimately, the mirror reflects sustained dominant frequency, not superficial desire or occasional thought. Life is impartial and precise, echoing the energy consistently maintained within. By observing, analyzing, and consciously adjusting internal frequency, you transform repetitive reflection into deliberate creation. Mastery of resonance allows you to navigate life intentionally producing consistent, coherent, and empowered results in every area of experience. Life often seems to follow patterns that repeat endlessly. Relationships fail in similar ways. Financial challenges recur, and emotional triggers resurface with relentless consistency. These repetitions are not accidental. They are the external reflection of internal frequencies, thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that have not been consciously observed or adjusted. To break these cycles, you must shift from unconscious vibration to deliberate, coherent creation. Mastery begins with awareness and continues through alignment, repetition, and consistent energetic calibration. The first step is recognition. Observe the recurring patterns in your life, without judgment or self-criticism. Which circumstances keep reappearing? Which relationships evoke familiar emotional reactions? Which situations provoke stress, frustration, or fear? Recognition is the act of bringing unconscious vibration into conscious awareness. By acknowledging habitual patterns, you illuminate the energetic chords that maintain repetition, revealing exactly where recalibration is required. Awareness is the foundation for deliberate creation. The next step is understanding the source of habitual vibration. Many patterns originate in early conditioning, past experiences, or social and cultural programming. Fear, guilt, anger, resentment, and doubt create frequencies that attract corresponding reflections. Understanding involves mapping your internal landscape, identifying dominant thoughts, emotional tendencies, and belief systems that shape recurring external experiences. Insight alone does not change reflection, but it enables precise intervention, an essential prerequisite for effective recalibration. Conscious interruption is the third step. Breaking repetition requires deliberate intervention. Practices such as meditation, journaling, visualization, breathwork, and affirmations allow you to disrupt habitual energetic patterns and recalibrate internal frequency. Visualization strengthens intention, meditation centers awareness, and journaling clarifies patterns, forming a systematic method to release and restructure vibration. Without active intervention, habitual energy continues to dominate reflection, reinforcing repetition. Discipline is crucial. Old patterns are deeply embedded, often reinforced over years or decades. A single act of conscious intervention is rarely sufficient. Daily deliberate practice builds energetic momentum, gradually overriding entrenched frequencies. Repetition strengthens coherence, embeds aligned vibration into subconscious programming, and ensures that reflection begins to mirror conscious intention. Mastery requires sustained focus, not sporadic effort. Visualization is a particularly potent tool. The mind cannot distinguish between vividly imagined and present experiences at the vibrational level. By visualizing desired outcomes while feeling them as already present, you broadcast a coherent, high-frequency signal into both subconscious and universal fields. This is not idle imagination. It is energetic rehearsal. By practicing this, consistently thought emotion and will align to transmit a unified frequency that the mirror faithfully reflects. Emotional release is equally critical. Unresolved anger, guilt, resentment, or fear anchors habitual vibration, perpetuating repetition. Conscious acknowledgement and release of these emotions through breathwork, journaling, or meditation detaches energy from the past, freeing it to support aligned intention. When energy is liberated, it strengthens internal coherence, amplifies deliberate frequency, and aligns reflection with conscious desire. Forgiveness amplifies transformation. Resentment toward others or self binds energy and reinforces fragmentation. Forgiveness is not condoning past harm. It is reclaiming authority over your own field. By releasing attachment to previous events, you sever cords of repetition and create space for higher frequency. Forgiveness clears internal blocks, enabling coherent vibration to dominate reflection and produce alignment with conscious creation. Patience is essential. The mirror responds to dominant, sustained frequency, not isolated thoughts or temporary shifts. Change occurs gradually as consistent alignment overrides entrenched habitual vibration. Impatience, doubt, or inconsistency weakens the signal and delays transformation. Mastery lies in persistent observation, conscious recalibration, and continued alignment over time. Ultimately, breaking the cycle of repetition transforms life from reactive to deliberate. Life ceases to mirror habitual limitation or past trauma and begins to reflect the coherent, aligned frequency you maintain. Every recurring thought, emotional reaction, or behavioral pattern can be observed, corrected, and released. Habitual reflection becomes deliberate creation, and the mirror begins to echo freedom, coherence, and intentionality. Mastery of this principle empowers you to shape reality with precision. Life is no longer chaotic or random. It mirrors your dominant internal frequency. Each conscious adjustment, emotional release, and aligned intention strengthens reflection. Breaking cycles is the foundation of deliberate creation, enabling thought, emotion, and will to produce the life you choose, rather than life repeating what no longer serves you. Thought is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, yet it is often misunderstood and misused. Most people assume that thinking alone is enough to shape reality. In truth, thought is a vibrational unit whose power depends on the alignment of three essential elements: mind, heart, and will. This triad, known as the generating triangle, is the foundation of conscious creation. The mind structures and clarifies intention, the heart energizes it with emotion, and the will stabilizes and sustains it over time. Without the harmonious interaction of all three, thought dissipates into scattered, incoherent energy and fails to manifest as reality. The mind is the architect of creation. It formulates clarity, organizes intention, and creates the blueprint for manifestation. A thought without structure is like a seed cast onto barren soil. Potential exists, but there is no framework for growth. Mental clarity ensures that energy is coherent, directed, and precise. Confused, contradictory, or scattered thoughts produce weak vibrations reflected in inconsistent or unaligned experiences. The mind gives thought definition, transforming abstract desire into a pattern capable of manifesting in the material world. The heart is the amplifier. Emotion is the fuel that energizes thought, converting abstract ideas into magnetic vibrational energy. Fear, doubt, or frustration generates low-frequency energy that attracts limitation and conflict, whereas feelings of love, gratitude, joy, and trust amplify higher frequencies, drawing corresponding experiences. The heart gives thought intensity and resonance, turning a simple intention into a dynamic magnetic signal that the universe can respond to. The will acts as the stabilizer. Energy without persistence or focus dissipates rapidly. Will anchors vibration, maintaining alignment in the face of doubt, distraction, or emotional turbulence. A thought energized by the heart but unsupported by the will may briefly manifest but will fade before producing lasting reflection. Will provides the consistency required for thought to become deliberate creation. It transforms inspiration and insight into sustained vibrational signals that the mirror of life reflects faithfully. When mind, heart, and will are aligned, thought radiates coherent energy. The generating triangle ensures that the signal you broadcast is strong, consistent, and precise, capable of attracting circumstances, relationships, and opportunities that match the intended frequency. Incoherence within the triangle results in scattered energy, producing experiences that contradict conscious desire. Alignment is therefore essential for deliberate manifestation. Fragmentation occurs when one element dominates or conflicts with the others. For example, a person may consciously affirm, "I am abundant," while the heart feels fear and the will wavers between commitment and doubt. The subconscious mind, which governs habitual vibration, overrides surface intentions. The mirror of life responds to the dominant, persistent frequency, not to sporadic declarations. Misalignment within the triangle produces weak, inconsistent, and often frustrating reflections. Training the generating triangle begins with awareness. Observe habitual thought patterns and emotional responses. Ask yourself, are my thoughts coherent and structured? Do my emotions reinforce or undermine my intention? Is my will stable and consistent in sustaining focus? Awareness identifies misalignment, allowing conscious recalibration to strengthen the triangle. Structured practice reinforces the triangle's power. Meditation, visualization, journaling, and affirmations cultivate clarity, emotional resonance, and persistence. Meditation quiets scattered thoughts, visualization energizes intention with emotion, and journaling clarifies patterns, reinforcing mental coherence. Repeated practice strengthens alignment, embedding coherent vibration into both subconscious programming and external manifestation. Visualization is particularly effective for aligning mind, heart, and will. Mental imagery infused with authentic emotion and held with steady will broadcasts a precise magnetic frequency into the universal field. Visualization is not idle imagination. It is energetic rehearsal that integrates thought, feeling, and persistence into a coherent signal, ensuring reflection mirrors intention. The generating triangle is not theoretical. It is practical and universal. Every human being possesses the capacity to activate it consciously. Mastery differentiates ordinary experience from deliberate creation. When mind, heart, and will function as one, thought transforms from passive speculation into a powerful, coherent force capable of shaping reality with precision. Ultimately, the generating triangle is the foundation of all deliberate creation. Thought becomes reality when structured by the mind, energized by the heart, and anchored by the will. Alignment ensures coherence, stability, and magnetic influence, allowing intention to shape reflection consistently. Mastery of the triangle empowers you to transmit precise frequency, turning desire into tangible, deliberate manifestation. Most people believe that simply thinking about what they want is enough to create it. They visualize, affirm, and hope, yet life often fails to reflect their intentions. The reason lies not in external circumstances, but in the internal fragmentation and contradiction of their vibration. Thought alone is not sufficient. It must be coherent, aligned with emotion, and anchored by will. The mirror of life responds to dominant, sustained frequency, not scattered or inconsistent mental activity. Understanding why thoughts fail is essential for conscious creation. Fragmentation occurs when the mind is divided. A person may consciously affirm, "I am abundant," while simultaneously feeling fear or insecurity deep within, the mind cannot hold two contradictory frequencies without interference. The energetic signal becomes scattered like a radio slightly off its channel. The universe reflects what is consistently dominant, and fragmented energy produces experiences that do not align with conscious desire. Fragmented thought weakens vibrational power and prevents reliable manifestation. Contradiction is equally destructive. Even positive statements fail when subconscious beliefs oppose them. For instance, affirming "I am loved" while holding the belief "people always leave me" generates tension within the energy field. The subconscious, which governs habitual frequency, overrides surface-level statements. The mirror responds to the strongest persistent energy, not temporary or contradictory thoughts. Internal alignment is therefore critical for coherent manifestation. Emotional inconsistency further undermines thought. Thoughts without feeling carry minimal energy, producing weak vibration. Likewise, emotions without coherent thought scatter energy, generating chaos. True vibration arises when thought and emotion resonate together. Fear amplifies limitation. Love and gratitude amplify abundance. Alignment between mental intention and emotional resonance is necessary for creating the desired reflection. Subconscious resistance often sabotages conscious creation. Deeply ingrained beliefs programmed through early experiences or cultural conditioning conflict with conscious desire. Statements like "I am worthy" or "I can succeed" may be contradicted by subconscious patterns that say "I am unworthy" or "life is always hard." Incoherence between conscious thought and subconscious frequency produces fragmented reflection, reinforcing limitation. Subconscious alignment is essential for the success of deliberate intention. Distraction is another factor. The modern mind is bombarded with constant sensory input, habitual concerns, and reactive thoughts. Even focused intentions are diluted when attention is scattered or the mind is overstimulated. Training the mind to concentrate, observe, and sustain coherent thought is essential. Meditation, journaling, and breathwork strengthen focus, reduce distraction, and enhance energetic cohesion. Unrealistic expectations undermine thought as well. Desire alone cannot create when internal frequency contradicts it. Wanting abundance while feeling unworthy, or seeking love while expecting rejection, produces incoherence. The mirror responds to dominant habitual vibration, not to occasional surface intentions. Alignment of thought, emotion, and subconscious belief is essential for reliable manifestation. Repetition and persistence strengthen coherent thought. Occasional positive affirmations or visualizations rarely produce lasting results. Daily deliberate, sustained thought embeds aligned frequency into subconscious patterns, gradually overriding habitual vibration. Repetition ensures energy is persistent, stabilizing dominant frequency and aligning reflection with conscious intention. Inconsistent practice allows fragmentation to reassert itself. The mirror reflects dominant, sustained frequency, not occasional or contradictory effort. Fragmented thought produces scattered results, while coherent thought attracts predictable outcomes. Understanding why thoughts fail allows deliberate intervention, and fragmented energy is replaced with alignment. Contradiction is replaced with coherence, and weak vibration is replaced with persistent, focused signal. By observing habitual thought, identifying contradictions, and aligning emotion, and will coherent frequency strengthens. Replace self-limiting statements with intentional, precise declarations. Energize thought with authentic feeling, and stabilize it with focused will. Over time, repeated coherent thought becomes a powerful broadcast that the mirror cannot ignore. Ultimately, most thoughts fail, not because creation is impossible, but because vibration is incoherent. Fragmentation, contradiction, and misalignment weaken energetic output and prevent manifestation. By consciously observing, correcting, and aligning thought, emotion, and will, thought transforms from scattered potential into a reliable instrument of deliberate creation. Mastery of this principle allows life to reflect coherent frequency instead of unconscious limitation. The mind is the most powerful instrument you possess, yet without training, it becomes scattered, reactive, and ineffective as a tool of creation. Most people allow thoughts to drift unconsciously, oscillating between fear, doubt, and desire. This fragmentation prevents coherent vibration from forming, leaving the mirror of life to reflect repeated patterns rather than intentional outcomes. Training the mind is the process of cultivating discipline, focus, and alignment with both emotion and will creating a consistent and coherent signal capable of deliberate manifestation. Discipline is the foundation of mastery. To discipline the mind is to observe habitual thought without judgment and consciously redirect energy toward intention. Notice recurring negative self-talk patterns of worry and emotionally reactive thinking. Each unconscious thought reinforces low-frequency patterns, sustaining habitual reflection of limitation. Discipline is not suppression. It is deliberate guidance, choosing which thoughts to nurture and which to release. Through persistent conscious effort, you reclaim authority over your internal energy. Focus is the amplifier. The human mind is naturally restless, easily diverted by external stimuli or emotional fluctuation. Focus channels mental energy toward a single coherent intention, consolidating vibration and strengthening signal. Desiring abundance, for example, requires sustained attention on thoughts, emotions, and visualizations aligned with wealth, rather than oscillating between hope and fear. Consistent focus ensures the signal is strong and coherent, capable of influencing both subconscious programming and the external mirror. Alignment integrates mind, heart, and will. Thought alone cannot create. It must resonate with emotion and be stabilized by persistent intention. The heart energizes thought, providing intensity and magnetism, while the will anchors it through discipline and consistency. Alignment ensures that what you think, feel, and intend operates as one coherent signal. When all three are unified, thought becomes a potent instrument capable of generating reflection that faithfully mirrors intention. Training the mind requires structured practice. Begin by observing habitual thought patterns, emotional responses, and subconscious beliefs. Identify fragmented, contradictory, or self-limiting tendencies. Replace them with coherent, intentional, and aligned affirmations. Meditation, journaling, visualization, and conscious breathwork are essential tools. Meditation quiets scattered thoughts and enhances awareness. Visualization energizes thought with authentic emotion, while journaling clarifies intention and reinforces focus. Daily practice strengthens the mind's capacity for coherent alignment. Resistance is inevitable. Subconscious patterns, early conditioning, and deeply ingrained beliefs often conflict with conscious intention, producing doubt, fear, or distraction. When resistance arises, observe without judgment, acknowledge its presence, and redirect focus to aligned thought. Each corrective effort strengthens mental discipline and reinforces coherence within the generating triangle of mind, heart, and will. Persistent practice gradually recalibrates subconscious patterns to align with conscious intention. Consistency and repetition amplify the mind's power. A single aligned thought produces temporary vibration, but daily sustained practice embeds coherent frequency into subconscious programming. Repetition builds momentum, gradually transforming habitual thought into reliable, coherent energy capable of shaping life. Without repetition, thought remains ephemeral, scattered, and ineffective. Habitual practice ensures that alignment becomes natural, stable, and automatic over time. Visualization is a particularly powerful method for training the mind. Mental imagery, combined with authentic emotion and anchored by will, broadcasts precise, coherent frequency into the universal field. The mind cannot distinguish vividly imagined reality from present experience at the vibrational level. Visualization is therefore not idle imagination. It is energetic rehearsal. Practice consistently. It aligns thought, emotion, and will-producing reflection that mirrors intention with fidelity. Mindfulness strengthens mental training. By observing the mind's habitual drift into fear, judgment, or distraction, you can gently redirect focus to coherence. Mindfulness reduces chaotic thought, improves emotional regulation, and stabilizes persistent frequency. Every observed distraction becomes an opportunity to recalibrate vibration, reinforcing the alignment required for deliberate creation. Ultimately, training the mind is mastery over reflection. Discipline structures thought focus, directs energy, and alignment, harmonizes intention, emotion, and will. Coherent, sustained thought becomes a powerful, reliable tool capable of shaping reality deliberately. Life ceases to feel reactive or random, and the mirror faithfully reflects dominant, aligned vibration. Mastery of the mind transforms scattered potential into deliberate, coherent manifestation. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. These profound words spoken in the opening of the Gospel of John reveal a deeper truth. Words are not mere sounds, but powerful, vibrational forces that shape and create reality. The Word, in this context, is the primal creative force of the universe, the foundational energy from which everything emanates. To understand the power of words is to understand the blueprint of all existence. At the vibrational level, everything is energy. Matter, thoughts, emotions, everything is composed of energy that vibrates at different frequencies. Words are no exception. When spoken words carry an energetic charge that influences both the speaker and the listener, as well as the surrounding environment. They are not just forms of communication. They are commands that direct energy, organize matter, and influence the flow of life. The law of vibration dictates that everything in existence, from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, operates at a certain frequency. The spoken word is a frequency, a transmission of energy that carries with it the potential to create, destroy, or transform. When you speak, you are shaping the energetic field around you, directing it toward particular outcomes. Words are the medium through which thought is transmitted into the world, and this transmission is felt on both a conscious and unconscious level. Every word you speak is a command to the universe. Whether you are aware of it or not, words carry with them a vibration that influences the world around you. Words of love, kindness, and gratitude emit high-frequency energy that attracts harmony, abundance, and connection. On the other hand, words of anger, fear, and resentment produce low-frequency energy that attracts conflict, limitation, and dissonance. The energy of your words is reflected back to you, creating a feedback loop between your internal vibration and the external world. The power of words lies not only in their meaning, but in their energetic impact. When you speak, you are sending a signal into the field of infinite possibilities. This signal creates a pattern much like a stone thrown into water, creates ripples that expand outward. The more clearly and consciously you speak, the more powerful your impact becomes. This is why it is said that words have the power of life and death. They can either build up or tear down, heal or harm, manifest or block creation. To consciously use the power of words is to align them with your deepest desires and highest intentions. This requires more than mere repetition of affirmations or prayers. It requires deep emotional engagement and belief. The energy behind the words must resonate with your internal vibration, creating a coherence between what you think, what you feel, and what you say. When thought, emotion, and speech are aligned, your words become powerful tools of creation. Words are a form of spiritual technology. Just as technology in the physical realm can be used to build structures, connect people, and alter environments, the technology of words can be used to influence your inner world and the world around you. Words are like software for the soul. They shape consciousness, recalibrate emotional states, and influence outcomes. In the same way that a computer program can change the course of events in a digital system, the words you speak can change the course of events in your life. One of the most profound ways to use words as vibrational commands is through prayer. Prayer, when spoken with faith and intention, is an active form of communication with the universe. It is not a passive request. It is a deliberate assertion of alignment with divine will and universal law. When you pray, you are aligning your frequency with the highest vibration, setting your intention and commanding the energy of the universe to respond accordingly. This is why prayer is so powerful. It is a direct interaction with the creative force of the universe, an invocation of the word that shapes all things. In this sense, prayer is a form of spiritual alchemy. It transmutes lower vibrations of fear, doubt, and limitation into higher frequencies of faith, trust, and possibility. Just as alchemists sought to transform base metals into gold, prayer seeks to transform the base energies of your life into divine expression. When spoken with reverence and belief, prayer activates the law of attraction, drawing to you the circumstances, people, and opportunities that match your highest intentions. The hidden meaning of "in the beginning" was the word reveals that the word is not just the sound or the concept, it is the underlying creative force of the universe. It is through the word that all things are made. The power of words is inherent in the very fabric of reality. By using words consciously and with intention, you align yourself with the creative flow of life, becoming a co-creator of your reality. This is the true power of spiritual technology. When you speak, you are activating the creative force of the universe, commanding it to shape your life according to your highest vision. To use words as vibrational commands, begin by paying attention to the words you use daily. Notice how they make you feel and what energy they generate. Are your words aligned with your desires, or are they reinforcing patterns of limitation and fear? If you find that your words are not in alignment with your highest intentions, begin to shift them. Replace words of scarcity with words of abundance. Replace words of doubt with words of trust. Replace words of separation with words of oneness. The more consciously you use words, the more powerful their impact will be. Speak with intention. Speak with clarity. Speak with love. When you speak in alignment with your highest truth, you activate the creative power of the universe and become a powerful force for transformation in your life and in the world. Words are not just tools for communication. They are vibrational commands that shape the energy field around us. Each word we speak, whether intentionally or unconsciously, carries energy that influences our internal state and the external world. When we speak carelessly, we inadvertently program chaos into our lives. Self-talk, gossip, and unconscious speech all contribute to the ongoing creation of our reality, whether we are aware of it or not. In this part, we will explore how careless speech creates dissonance and how we can transform this destructive habit into one of creation and alignment. Self-talk is perhaps the most persistent form of speech we encounter. The inner dialogue that runs throughout our day is a continuous flow of words that shape our beliefs, emotions, and experiences. Unfortunately, many people are unaware of the powerful effect their internal speech has on their reality. Thoughts such as, "I'm not good enough," "this will never work," or "I always fail," are not just passing thoughts. They are commands to the universe, signaling fear and limitation. This negative self-talk reinforces low-frequency energy, which the universe mirrors back in the form of repeated struggles, failure, and dissatisfaction. Even though we may outwardly desire success, wealth, or happiness, our inner speech undermines these intentions by consistently broadcasting a signal of lack and insecurity. This discordance between conscious desire and unconscious programming creates a feedback loop that perpetuates the very patterns we seek to break. To break this cycle, we must become aware of the words we speak to ourselves. Begin by observing your inner dialogue. What do you say to yourself when you face challenges or setbacks? Do you speak to yourself with compassion and encouragement, or do you berate and criticize yourself? The first step in transforming self-talk is awareness, recognizing the negative patterns and replacing them with empowering positive declarations. Affirmations are a powerful tool in this process. Repeating statements such as, "I am worthy," "I am capable," and "I am deserving" of abundance shifts the internal frequency and realigns the subconscious mind. However, affirmations alone are not enough. They must be infused with emotion and belief. Empty words without feeling hold little power. When you speak, affirmations, feel them in your heart. Visualize the reality you desire as already present. This emotional resonance amplifies the energy of the words, creating a magnetic force that attracts aligned experiences. Gossip, on the other hand, is a form of careless speech that not only programs chaos in our own lives, but also spreads negativity into the collective field. When we speak negatively about others, we send energetic vibrations of judgment, separation, and discord into the universe. Gossip is a way of reinforcing fragmentation and dissonance rather than fostering unity and connection. When we engage in gossip, we are not only projecting harmful energy toward the person we are talking about, but also reinforcing the same energetic pattern within ourselves. The words we speak about others are often a reflection of our own unresolved issues, insecurities, and fears. This unconscious programming perpetuates negative thought patterns and emotional dissonance, keeping us trapped in cycles of conflict and separation. To break the habit of gossip, we must first recognize its destructive nature. The next time you feel the urge to speak negatively about someone, pause and ask yourself, is this contributing to the alignment of my highest vibration? If the answer is no, redirect the conversation. Rather than perpetuating negativity, speak in ways that foster unity and connection. Instead of criticizing, seek to understand. Instead of judging, offer compassion. By transforming the way we speak about others, we transform the energetic patterns we broadcast into the field. Finally, unconscious speech, words spoken in haste or without thought, has a profound effect on the energetic environment. Whether it's a quick comment of frustration, a sarcastic remark, or an offhand joke, these words still carry energy and are transmitted into the field. Even words spoken in jest or without serious intent can create lasting impact. The universe does not interpret words based on the intent behind them, it simply responds to the vibration they carry. Unconscious speech programs chaos by scattering energy and disrupting the coherence of the field. This dissonance is reflected back to us in unpredictable and often undesirable ways. In order to create deliberate outcomes, we must shift from unconscious reactive speech to intentional conscious expression. Every word we speak is a chance to create, to uplift, to align with our highest self. The key to transforming careless speech is mindfulness. Practice speaking with intention. Before you speak, pause and check the frequency of your words. Are they in alignment with your highest values and desires? Are they contributing to harmony, clarity, and love? Speaking with intention allows you to shape the vibrational energy around you, creating a coherent field that attracts aligned experiences. When we stop speaking carelessly, we begin to reprogram the energetic patterns in our lives. Self-talk becomes supportive and empowering. Conversations with others become opportunities to uplift, heal, and unite. Our words become powerful tools of creation, shaping the mirror of life according to our highest intentions. To speak from the center is to speak with clarity, integrity, and alignment. When words are born from the core of your being, they carry immense power. Speaking from the center means aligning thought, emotion, and will ensuring that your words reflect your deepest truth. Purified language is language that is not only intentional, but emanates from a place of inner balance and coherence. It is language that carries the authority of your soul and directs the creative forces of the universe with precision. In a world of constant noise and distraction, the ability to speak from the center is a powerful skill. Most people speak from the surface, reacting to external circumstances, responding to emotions, or parroting conditioned beliefs. However, when speech arises from the depths of your being, it becomes more than just communication. It becomes an act of creation. Words spoken from the center have the ability to influence, to heal, and to manifest reality. To understand the power of purified language, we must first explore the nature of the center. The center is the place of deep awareness within you, where the mind, heart, and will align and become one. It is a space of stillness, clarity, and wisdom. When you speak from this center, your words are grounded in truth, free from the distortion of fear, doubt, or unconscious patterns. They are imbued with the energy of your highest self. Speaking from the center requires awareness and presence. Before you speak, take a moment to center yourself. Breathe deeply, ground your energy, and observe your thoughts and emotions. Are they in alignment with your intentions? Are you reacting out of old habits? Or are you consciously choosing your words? This moment of pause allows you to connect with the deeper part of yourself, ensuring that your speech is in harmony with your highest vibration. Purified language is also about intention. The words you speak are not mere sounds, they are vibrations that carry power. Every word you speak sends an energetic signal into the universe, and that signal will either strengthen or weaken the creation of your reality. When your words are spoken with clear, aligned intention, they become a powerful force of manifestation. You are not merely reacting to circumstances, you are actively shaping them. When you speak from the center, your words are also in alignment with universal law. There is a divine intelligence that underlies all of creation, and when you speak in harmony with this intelligence, you become a co-creator of reality. Your words carry the force of divine will, activating the law of attraction and other universal principles that govern the flow of energy. You align yourself with the flow of life, directing that energy in ways that support your highest good and the highest good of all. A key aspect of speaking from the center is purification. Words that are clouded by fear, judgment, or doubt create dissonance and confusion. They are weak signals that the universe cannot respond to with clarity. Purified language, on the other hand, is clear, focused, and free from negative emotional charge. It is language that is grounded in love, truth, and compassion. When you speak with purity of heart and mind, you direct powerful, coherent energy into the world. This does not mean that you must avoid all emotions or uncomfortable truths. Rather, it means that your speech is informed by a higher understanding and aligned with your deepest values. Even in moments of challenge or difficulty, purified language allows you to express yourself with integrity and respect without contributing to the chaos or conflict. It is about speaking from a place of compassion, both for yourself and for others, and choosing words that elevate rather than diminish. When you speak from the center, your words also become decrees, commands to the universe. This is the true power of language. When it is spoken with clarity and intent, it acts as a vibrational directive. Just as a king or queen might issue a decree, your words create reality. They shape your experiences, your relationships, and the world around you. When you speak with authority grounded in truth and love, you activate the creative potential of your words, aligning your external world with your internal vibration. Purified language requires discipline. It is not enough to speak from the center once in a while. This practice must be cultivated consistently. When you make a habit of speaking with intention, your speech becomes more than a tool for communication. It becomes an instrument of transformation. Through consistent practice, purified language becomes second nature. You no longer need to consciously direct your words, they flow naturally from a space of alignment and clarity. The impact of speaking from the center extends beyond your own life. As you speak with purity, intention, and alignment, you become a powerful force for good in the world. Your words have the power to heal, inspire, and uplift others. They create an energetic ripple effect that radiates outward, affecting not just your immediate environment, but the collective field of humanity. When you speak from a place of love and truth, you contribute to the global shift toward unity and coherence. In every moment, you have the opportunity to choose the words you speak. The more consciously you choose your words, the more powerful their effect will be. Purified language is not about avoiding difficult or uncomfortable conversations. It is about ensuring that your words are spoken with integrity, alignment, and love. By consistently choosing words that reflect your highest truth, you create the life you desire and influence the world around you with your energy. To speak from the center is to speak with the full force of your being. Your words are not just sounds, they are powerful, vibrational commands that shape your reality. When you speak from this place of clarity and alignment, you become a master of your own destiny. Purified language is a tool of creation, allowing you to manifest your highest vision with precision and power. Words are more than tools of communication. They are powerful vehicles for energy carrying vibration into the universe. Each word spoken, whether aloud or in thought, sends an energetic pulse that reverberates through your personal field and the collective energy field. For this reason, it is essential to understand that your speech, no matter how casual or fleeting, has profound consequences. Just as one would consecrate sacred objects to honor their purpose, you must consecrate your speech, ensuring that every word you speak is aligned with your highest vibration and divine intention. This practice, known as sacred speech hygiene, is the conscious cultivation of language that reflects purity, alignment, and love. To consecrate your tongue is to recognize the power of your words. The ancient traditions of many spiritual teachings hold that words are sacred tools of creation, manifestation, and transformation. They are not merely sounds or phrases. They are frequencies that affect the energy around you. Words carry the force of your inner state. When you speak, you are transmitting your internal frequency into the world. Therefore, choosing your words carefully is essential to shaping your reality with precision. The first step in consecrating the tongue is awareness. You must observe the words you use, both spoken and unspoken. What do you say to yourself when you encounter challenges? How do you talk about others, even in casual conversations? Are your words aligned with your highest vision, or do they perpetuate limitation, frustration, or fear? The moment you become aware of your speech patterns, you unlock the ability to transform them. Awareness gives you the power to shift from unconscious reactive language to intentional coherent speech. Many people are unaware of how often they speak words of negativity, judgment, or limitation. Phrases like, "I can't," "life is difficult," or "I'm not good enough," carry an energy that reinforces low-frequency vibrations, attracting experiences that mirror those feelings. Even seemingly innocent complaints or sarcastic remarks can impact your vibration. When you speak from frustration, disappointment, or fear, you are unconsciously reinforcing the conditions that perpetuate those emotions. The first rule of sacred speech hygiene is to stop using words that contribute to your own suffering or limit your potential. Purification of language begins by choosing words that reflect love, abundance, and possibility. Replace words of lack with words of abundance. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this," say, "I am attracting the resources I need." Instead of saying, "I'm so stressed," say, "I am peaceful and balanced." By consciously choosing words that align with your highest truth, you begin to reprogram your internal frequency, creating a new signal that the universe can respond to. Sacred speech hygiene also involves releasing judgmental or harmful language toward others. Every time we speak about someone with criticism, judgment, or negativity, we contribute to the energetic discord in the collective field. Gossip, belittling remarks, and even subtle judgments carry a low-frequency vibration that affects not only the person we are speaking about, but also ourselves. The energy of judgment creates separation, dissonance, and conflict. To purify our speech, we must cultivate compassion, understanding, and kindness in our words. Instead of speaking about others from a place of judgment, we must speak from a place of love, empathy, and unity. Compassionate speech is not about withholding truth, but about expressing it with respect, care, and love. If you must speak difficult truths, do so with the intention of healing, resolving, or transforming. The key is to speak with integrity and clarity, never with the intent to harm or diminish. By choosing to speak in ways that support the well-being of others, you not only contribute to the harmony of your relationships, but you also elevate your own vibrational frequency. Silence is also a crucial aspect of sacred speech hygiene. There are times when the most powerful word is no word at all. When we speak in haste or out of frustration, we create ripples of energy that may be difficult to reverse. Silence offers an opportunity for the mind to settle, the heart to recalibrate, and the will to refocus. Before speaking, take a moment to pause and evaluate. Are my words in alignment with my highest vibration? Are they contributing to clarity and peace, or are they feeding discord and confusion? If the answer is unclear, it is often best to remain silent. Silence creates space for conscious thought and deliberate action. Gratitude and blessing are also integral components of sacred speech hygiene. When we speak words of gratitude, appreciation, or blessing, we elevate our frequency and align with abundance. Gratitude is a powerful tool that transforms ordinary situations into sacred moments. Rather than complaining about challenges, we can offer thanks for the lessons they bring. Instead of focusing on what is wrong, we can speak words that celebrate what is right. By incorporating gratitude into our daily speech, we actively shape our reality in a way that attracts more of what we desire. The language of blessing carries immense power. To bless is to invoke the highest good, to invite divine presence into our lives and the lives of others. When we speak words of blessing, we direct the flow of energy in a positive and healing direction. I bless this moment. I bless you with peace, or I bless this journey with clarity, are words that elevate the vibration of any situation. Blessing redirects the flow of energy from negativity to positivity, from limitation to possibility. When you bless, you consciously choose to create healing, transformation, and abundance in every interaction. Finally, the practice of sacred speech hygiene requires consistency. It is not enough to be mindful of your words only once in a while. Mastery requires repetition and dedication. Each word spoken is an opportunity to align with your highest truth, to create coherence between thought, emotion, and speech. Over time, as you purify your language, your external world will begin to reflect this elevated energy. Consecrating the tongue is a commitment to speaking with integrity, love, and power. Every word you speak is an energetic command that shapes your reality. By choosing words that reflect your highest vibration, you become a conscious creator, transforming your life with each syllable. Sacred speech hygiene is the practice of speaking with the full awareness of the power behind your words. As you purify your language, you purify your life. Prayer is often perceived as a request to a higher power, a pleading for help, or an expression of desire. However, true prayer is far more than this. It is a scientific process, a deliberate interaction with the creative force of the universe. Scientific prayer is a practice grounded in the understanding that thought and intention have the power to shape reality. It is a method for recognizing the flow of universal energy, aligning with it, and accepting the desired outcomes as already present in your life. The essence of scientific prayer lies in the principle that we are all connected to an infinite source of intelligence and power. This source responds to the frequencies we emit, and prayer is a conscious alignment with that flow of energy. Prayer, when performed intentionally, is not a passive request. It is an active participation in the law of vibration, an invitation for the universe to reflect the frequency we are transmitting. The first step in scientific prayer is recognition. To recognize is to acknowledge the presence of the divine or universal intelligence that flows through everything. It is the understanding that this intelligence is not separate from you, but is an intrinsic part of your being. You are not asking for something from a distant power. Rather, you are recognizing that the desired outcome already exists in potential, and that your connection to this energy is what enables its manifestation. Recognition also means accepting that the universe is abundant and responsive. It is the realization that all that you seek is already available to you in the infinite field of possibility. This shift in perspective is crucial, for when you view the universe as abundant and supportive, you move from a place of lack and fear to one of trust and openness. This recognition acts as the foundational belief that you are worthy of receiving what you ask for, and that the universe is always responding to your vibrational signal. Alignment is the next step in scientific prayer. Alignment is the process of tuning your mind, heart, and will to the frequency of your desire. Just as a musical instrument must be tuned to produce the correct notes, your internal state must be aligned with the desired outcome. This is where coherence between thought, emotion, and intention is essential. The mind provides the blueprint, but without the energy of the heart and the stabilizing force of the will, the signal remains weak. The heart amplifies the intention by infusing it with emotion. When you feel the desired outcome with conviction, whether it's abundance, love, health, or peace, you send a stronger, more magnetic signal into the field. Emotion is the amplifier of thought, the fuel that powers manifestation. The will is the stabilizer. Without persistence and focused thought and emotion dissipate quickly. The will provides the consistent intention required to to hold the frequency long enough for it to manifest. It is through the will that you sustain the vibration even in the face of external challenges or distractions. Aligning your will with your heart and mind ensures that your energy remains steadfast and coherent, broadcasting a signal that the universe cannot ignore. Alignment therefore involves consciously tuning your thoughts to match the desired reality, feeling the emotions associated with it, and sustaining that focus over time. You must embody the frequency of your desire as if it has already manifested. This is not simply wishing for something to happen, it is aligning with the vibration of that reality and becoming it energetically and emotionally. The final step in scientific prayer is acceptance. Acceptance is the act of receiving what you have prayed for as already present in your life. It is not waiting for the future to deliver your desires, but recognizing that the outcome is already unfolding in perfect timing. Acceptance means letting go of the need to control the process or question the results. It is a state of trust and surrender to the universal intelligence that knows exactly how and when to manifest your desires. In this stage, you move beyond doubt and uncertainty. You affirm with complete confidence that the universe is responding to your vibration. This is where faith comes into play, not as blind belief, but as the deep knowing that the universe is always responding to you in kind. Acceptance is the state of grace, where you release attachment to the form, trusting that what you have asked for will manifest in the best possible way. Through recognition, alignment, and acceptance, scientific prayer becomes a powerful tool for conscious creation. It is a systematic approach to engaging with the creative energy of the universe, ensuring that your thoughts, emotions, and will are all directed toward the manifestation of your desires. When you recognize the power of universal intelligence, align your vibration with it, and accept the outcome as already present, you activate the law of attraction and other universal principles that govern manifestation. Practical application of this process begins with daily practice. Each day, take a few moments to recognize the abundance and intelligence of the universe. Align your thoughts, feelings, and will with the desires you wish to manifest. Feel them as already present in your life. And finally, accept that the universe is working on your behalf, bringing those desires into form in perfect harmony with your life's greater purpose. Over time, you will begin to notice that the universe responds more consistently and powerfully to your prayers. The law of attraction strengthens, and synchronicities begin to unfold. As you practice this process of scientific prayer, you refine your ability to consciously shape your reality, and you witness the extraordinary power of thought, emotion, and intention. In a world filled with constant noise and distraction, silence is one of the most potent forces available to us. It is in the quiet moments, away from the external chatter and internal tumult, that we align most deeply with the infinite intelligence of the universe. Silence is not just the absence of sound, it is the power chamber where all creative energy converges. It is the space where thoughts and desires crystallize, where insight is received, and where true guidance can be heard. In this sacred stillness, we become attuned to the subtle frequencies that shape reality and are guided by the wisdom of the universe. The importance of silence cannot be overstated. It is within this space that the mind quiets, the heart listens, and the will aligns. Silence allows the clutter of everyday life to settle, creating room for clarity, inspiration, and divine guidance to enter. In the stillness, we move beyond the limitations of ego and mental noise, entering a place of connection with our higher selves, the universe, and the divine. This is where true co-creation happens, not through constant doing, but through being in alignment with the energy of life itself. Silence and the mind. The mind is a powerful tool for creation, but it is also prone to distraction, overthinking, and anxiety. The constant flow of thoughts often keeps us from accessing deeper levels of wisdom and guidance. Silence acts as a form of mental recalibration. It is in the quiet moments that the mind can settle, allowing clarity to emerge. When the mind is at peace, it becomes a clear channel through which divine guidance can flow. To create silence within the mind, it is necessary to practice stillness. meditation, breathwork, and mindfulness are essential tools for quieting the mental noise. These practices help to slow down the racing thoughts, creating a calm inner environment where deeper insights and intuitive nudges can be heard. Just as a calm pond reflects its surroundings clearly, a quiet mind reflects the wisdom of the universe, silence, and the heart. The heart is the emotional center where we connect to love, intuition, and the deeper currents of life. Yet just as the mind can become cluttered, so too can the heart become clouded with fear, anger, and unresolved emotions. Silence is the space where we can release these emotional blockages and reconnect to the pure, unconditional love that is our true essence. When we are still and silent, the heart can be heard. It is in the quiet that we become aware of the subtle whispers of our intuition, the gentle nudges that guide us toward our highest path. The heart, when aligned with silence, becomes a powerful compass, leading us to make choices that resonate with our true purpose. In this space, the heart is free from the distractions of external influences, and we can tune into the love that flows within, directing us toward healing, abundance, and connection. Silence and the will. The will is the force that directs energy and brings our intentions into manifestation. When the mind and heart are aligned, the will becomes the stabilizing force that holds the energy of creation. However, the will is often fragmented by external distractions, desires, and fears. Silence helps us reconnect with the pure, focused will that is aligned with our highest good. In silence, we find the clarity and determination to move forward with our intentions. It is in these quiet moments that we are able to tap into the deeper reservoirs of strength, resolve, and purpose. The will, when anchored in silence, is a powerful force that helps us stay committed to our path regardless of external circumstances. Silence stabilizes the will, creating a clear direction for our energy and ensuring that we are moving toward our highest vision with unwavering focus. Receiving guidance in silence. The greatest gift of silence is the ability to receive guidance. We often seek answers through external sources, through books, teachers, or advice from others. While these sources can be helpful, true guidance comes from within, from the space of stillness and alignment with the divine. In silence, we open ourselves to receiving this wisdom, free from the distractions and noise of the external world. Guidance in silence may come in many forms: a clear thought, a feeling in the body, a sense of knowing, or even a vision. It may come as a subtle whisper, a feeling of peace, or a flash of insight that cuts through confusion. It is not always loud or dramatic, but rather quiet and steady. The more we cultivate silence, the more attuned we become to this inner guidance, and the more easily we can hear the subtle prompts of the universe. To receive guidance, we must first create the space for it. This requires trust and patience. It requires the willingness to let go of the need for constant action and control. Silence invites us to surrender, to let go of the need to force or control the outcomes of our lives. It teaches us to be present and to trust that the answers we seek will come in their own time, in their own way. The power of silent prayer. In silence, prayer transforms from a request to an invocation. Silent prayer is not about asking for something outside of us. It is about aligning with the universal flow of energy and becoming one with the desire we wish to manifest. In this space of silent prayer, we enter into communion with the divine, affirming our connection to the source of all creation. Silent prayer is a powerful way to align the mind, heart, and will with divine will. In the silence, we are reminded that we are co-creators, that we are not separate from the source of all energy. Silent prayer allows us to affirm our trust in the unfolding of life, to align our desires with the highest good, and to accept that all is already provided. It is a prayer of gratitude, acceptance, and surrender. Integrating silence into daily life. Silence is not just for meditation or prayer. It is a practice that can be integrated into every moment of your life. Throughout the day, take moments of stillness, whether it's a pause between activities, a deep breath before responding to a challenge, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation. These moments of silence allow you to realign, to reconnect with your inner wisdom, and to receive guidance in real time. When you cultivate silence throughout your day, you begin to navigate life with more clarity, ease, and grace. You become less reactive and more responsive. You begin to hear the subtle guidance that is always available to you, helping you make decisions that are aligned with your highest path. Conclusion: silence is the power chamber in which we receive guidance, align with universal intelligence, and create from a place of stillness and clarity. It is in silence that we tap into the deepest wisdom where all creation begins. By integrating silence into your daily life, you become a clearer channel for divine expression and a more powerful co-creator of your reality. In silence, we find the answers we seek, and through this stillness, we return to the center of all creation. Resentment is one of the most powerful emotional blockages we carry. It is a binding energy that tethers us to the past, keeping us attached to old wounds and unresolved emotions. Although it may seem like a response to someone else's actions, resentment is a personal energy pattern that holds us in a state of dissonance, preventing us from moving forward in life. To truly free ourselves, we must cut the energetic cords that bind us to past hurts, forgive, and allow ourselves to heal. Cutting the energetic cord of resentment is one of the most important acts of self-liberation you can undertake. The nature of resentment. Resentment is not just an emotion, it is a vibrational energy that is stored in the body and the energetic field. When we hold on to resentment, we allow ourselves to be constantly influenced by negative emotions such as anger, bitterness, and betrayal. These emotions, if left unchecked, cause an internal fragmentation, disrupting the natural flow of energy in the body and mind. The longer resentment persists, the stronger the energetic cord becomes, perpetuating a cycle of negative emotion and misalignment. Resentment is a form of self-imprisonment. The person we resent may have caused us harm, but it is our attachment to the resentment that keeps us trapped. By holding on to this energy, we continue to empower the situation or person that originally hurt us. This is the paradox of resentment. By staying emotionally and energetically connected to the past, we are giving it power over our present. We keep reliving the pain, and the mirror of life reflects it back to us, creating more situations that reinforce our feelings of hurt and injustice. The energetic cord, energetically resentment, creates a cord that connects us to the person, situation, or event that caused us harm. This cord siphons energy from us and keeps us tethered to the very thing we want to release. The longer this connection persists, the stronger the cord becomes, draining our vitality, peace, and power. The person we are resentful toward doesn't even need to be physically present to affect us. The energetic cord keeps the situation alive within our field, influencing our thoughts and emotions. Cutting this energetic cord is the first step in freeing ourselves from the grip of resentment. We must consciously sever the attachment and release the energy that we have invested in holding on to the past. The process of cutting the cord is a powerful act of reclaiming our sovereignty, our energy, and our peace. It is not about condoning or excusing the hurt that was caused, but rather about releasing our emotional and energetic attachment to the past so we can move forward. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key to cutting the energetic cord. But forgiveness is not a simple decision to let it go. Forgiveness is a deep, intentional release of the energy we have been holding on to. It is the conscious act of choosing to free ourselves from the emotional prison of resentment and to allow ourselves to heal. True forgiveness comes when we recognize that the past cannot be changed, but that our emotional and energetic attachment to it can be. Forgiveness does not mean that we forget or condone the harm done to us. It means we are choosing to release the hold it has on our energy field. When we forgive, we do not absolve the other person of their actions, but we release their power over us. We reclaim our emotional energy and let go of the negative emotions that have been consuming us. Forgiveness is an act of self-liberation, a way to free our minds, hearts, and bodies from the toxic effects of resentment. The process of cutting the cord. To cut the energetic cord of resentment, begin by visualizing the connection between you and the person or situation you are resentful toward. See it as an energetic cord, a thread of energy linking you to the source of your pain. This cord can be thick or thin, long or short, but it is always present as a constant drain on your energy. Now take a moment to feel the weight of this connection. Acknowledge the hurt, the anger, the bitterness, and any other emotions that arise. Let yourself feel the fullness of the pain, but do not hold on to it. Allow the feeling to pass through you, acknowledging its presence, but not giving it power over you. Once you are fully present with the emotions tied to this resentment, imagine a bright, radiant light surrounding the cord. This light represents your intention to release and heal. Visualize this light expanding until it fully surrounds the energetic cord. With this light, you are creating a space of peace and clarity. And in that space, the cord begins to loosen and dissolve. As the cord fades, silently declare your intention. I release you and I release me. I free myself from this energetic connection and I choose to heal. You may feel a sense of peace or relief as the cord dissolves. This is the moment of energetic liberation. You are no longer bound to the past or the person who hurt you. You have cut the cord and freed your energy. Self-forgiveness and reclamation. After cutting the energetic cord with another, it is important to turn inward and address any resentment or judgment you may hold toward yourself. Often we carry unresolved anger or guilt toward ourselves for allowing the situation to unfold or for not reacting differently. Self-resentment is one of the most insidious forms of energetic blockage, and it must be released in order to heal fully. Look at yourself with compassion and understanding. Recognize that you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. Release any self-blame or regret and replace it with love and acceptance. Say to yourself, I forgive myself. I release any guilt, shame, or regret. I am free to move forward with love and light in my heart. Releasing and moving forward, cutting the energetic cord and practicing forgiveness creates space for healing, growth, and freedom. Once you have cleared the energetic attachments, you may feel a sense of relief, lightness, and emotional release. This is the beginning of a new chapter 1 where you are no longer tethered to the past and free to create a future aligned with your highest potential. By releasing resentment, you open yourself up to the flow of unconditional love, both for yourself and others. The mirror of life will begin to reflect this new higher frequency, bringing you experiences that align with your reclaimed power, peace, and joy. The concept of oneness is central to spiritual teachings across cultures and religions. It is the recognition that all of life is interconnected, that the individual is not separate from the collective, and that every being is an expression of the same divine intelligence. In a world where division, conflict, and separation seem to dominate, the practice of oneness is a profound and transformative tool for personal and collective healing. Practicing oneness means seeing beyond appearances, transcending the illusion of separation, and recognizing the shared essence of all life. The world we live in often appears fragmented, divided along lines of race, nationality, religion, and ideology. These divisions create conflict, competition, and suffering, keeping us trapped in cycles of judgment, fear, and resentment. But oneness teaches us that these divisions are illusory. Beneath the surface, we are all interconnected, every human, every animal, every plant, and every molecule. To practice oneness is to align with this deeper truth, allowing it to inform our thoughts, emotions, and actions. The illusion of separation. The illusion of separation is what keeps us trapped in a sense of individualism and disconnection. It is the belief that we are separate from others, that our happiness, success, or well-being depends on external circumstances or the actions of others. This illusion fosters competition, resentment, and fear. It creates the idea that there is not enough for everyone, leading to scarcity thinking and the belief that we must fight for resources, attention, or love. Oneness, however, dissolves this illusion. It recognizes that every individual is an expression of the same universal energy. This realization shifts our focus from fear and competition to love and collaboration. When we understand that we are all interconnected, we begin to act in ways that reflect unity rather than division. We see others not as threats or competitors, but as mirrors of our own consciousness. We recognize that their struggles are our struggles, their joys are our joys. The practice of oneness is the antidote to the illusion of separation. It is the recognition that we are all one, oneness and compassion. The practice of oneness is inherently linked to compassion. Compassion arises naturally when we recognize the shared essence in all beings. When we see others as reflections of ourselves, we naturally feel empathy for their suffering and joy in their happiness. Compassion is the bridge that connects us to the collective, the heart-centered understanding that we are all interconnected. To practice oneness is to act with compassion in every moment. It is to listen deeply, speak with kindness, and offer help without judgment. It is to recognize that each person we encounter is walking their own unique path, facing their own challenges, and carrying their own burdens. Compassion allows us to respond with understanding rather than judgment, with love rather than fear. When we practice compassion, we honor the interconnectedness of all life and contribute to the healing of the world. Oneness in relationships. Relationships are one of the most powerful arenas for practicing oneness. Every interaction we have with others is an opportunity to embody the truth of our shared essence. When we interact from a place of oneness, we see others as equal partners in the dance of life. We do not seek to dominate, control, or manipulate, but instead we aim to uplift, support, and collaborate. In relationships, practicing oneness means transcending the ego's desire to be right or to win. It means listening deeply and responding with compassion, even when disagreements arise. Oneness in relationships is about unity and harmony, not division. It is about seeking mutual understanding and connection rather than perpetuating conflict or misunderstanding. When we approach others from a place of oneness, we create a space for healing and transformation. We recognize that every person is carrying their own wounds and burdens, and we approach them with empathy and understanding. We no longer view others as separate or different. We see them as reflections of ourselves, deserving of the same love, respect, and compassion that we desire. Oneness and the collective. The practice of oneness extends beyond individual relationships. It encompasses the entire collective. When we recognize our interconnectedness, we feel a responsibility to contribute to the well-being of others and the planet. We begin to see that the suffering of one is the suffering of all, and the joy of one is the joy of all. Oneness compels us to act in ways that support the collective good. It urges us to speak out against injustice, to care for the earth, and to work toward the healing of societal divisions. The practice of oneness calls us to move beyond personal gain and to act in the service of the greater whole. To practice oneness in the collective is to see the larger picture. It is recognizing that the state of the world is a reflection of the collective consciousness, and that we have a role to play in shifting it. Each act of kindness, each moment of compassion, and each choice to act in alignment with unity contributes to the transformation of the world. By embodying oneness in our individual lives, we influence the collective vibration, creating a ripple effect that moves outward and uplifts the entire world. The power of oneness in a divided world. Practicing oneness in a divided world is a revolutionary act. It requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to transcend the ego's need for separation and individual gain. In a world that thrives on division, oneness offers a path to peace, healing, and unity. It calls us to move beyond our differences and recognize the inherent interconnectedness of all life. Oneness is not about erasing differences. It is about honoring them. It is about acknowledging that diversity is a beautiful expression of the universal energy, and that every being has its unique role to play in the cosmic tapestry. By practicing oneness, we shift the energy of division into the energy of collaboration, creating a world where love, respect, and mutual understanding are the guiding principles. Ultimately, practicing oneness is a conscious choice. It is the choice to see the world through the lens of unity, to transcend the illusion of separation, and to act with love, compassion, and understanding in every moment. By practicing oneness, we heal ourselves, we heal our relationships, and we heal the world. To become a blessing is to embody love in its purest form, radiating compassion, kindness, and healing wherever you go. It is the practice of aligning with the highest frequencies of love, gratitude, and peace, and sharing those frequencies with the world around you. When you choose to live as a blessing, you shift from being a passive participant in life to an active force of transformation. You begin to realize that your words, your actions, and even your presence carry the power to heal, inspire, and uplift. Love, when practiced daily, becomes not only an energy you emit, but a living force that transforms every aspect of your life. The power of love. Love is the most powerful energy in the universe. It is the binding force that connects all beings, transcending time, space, and circumstance. At its core, love is the essence of life itself. It is the energy from which all creation arises. Love is not just a feeling. It is a frequency, a vibrational energy that permeates all existence. When you embody love, you align yourself with this universal energy, becoming a channel through which it can flow into the world. Every action born from love ripples out into the world, creating a wave of healing and connection. Whether through a simple smile, a kind word, or a gesture of support, love is a transformational force that can shift the energy of any situation. It is a magnetic energy that attracts more of the same, more love, more peace, more joy. When you live as a blessing, you become a magnet for all that is good, drawing into your life the experiences, people, and opportunities that resonate with the love you embody. Love is a daily practice. To become a blessing, love must be practiced daily. It is not enough to occasionally feel love or offer acts of kindness in times of need. Love must become a consistent part of your energy field. Like any other habit, love requires intention, discipline, and commitment. It is through daily practice that love becomes an automatic, natural part of your being, radiating from you effortlessly in every moment. Each day offers countless opportunities to practice love. Whether you are interacting with loved ones, strangers, or even yourself, love can be your guiding principle. Begin each day with the intention to radiate love, choosing to see every encounter as an opportunity to bless the world around you. Even in challenging situations, love is the energy that can transform conflict into harmony, fear into courage, and separation into connection. Start with simple, small acts of love. Smile at a stranger. Hold space for someone who is struggling. Offer a compliment without expectation. These small acts not only uplift others, but they also strengthen your own vibrational frequency. As you practice love, you create a positive feedback loop where the love you give returns to you, enriching your own life and the lives of those around you. Love in action. Love is not only a feeling, it is a practice that is expressed through action. While thoughts and feelings of love are powerful, it is through our actions that love becomes tangible. When you act with love, you align your behavior with the highest frequency of the universe, and in doing so, you become an instrument of change in the world. Acts of love can be both large and small. They can be as simple as offering a listening ear to someone in need, as profound as helping someone transform their life, or as silent as sending thoughts of healing and peace to someone far away. Love is about the intention behind the action, not the scale of the action itself. It is about choosing to act from a place of compassion and care with the desire to uplift and support. When you live as a blessing, you find that love flows naturally into your every action. It becomes a part of your way of being, and your life becomes a testament to the transformative power of love. The more you practice love, the more it becomes embedded in your energy field, creating an aura of peace and positivity that affects everyone you encounter. Loving yourself. Before you can truly become a blessing to others, you must first learn to love yourself. This does not mean self-indulgence or ego-driven narcissism, but rather self-acceptance, self-compassion, and self-respect. To love yourself is to honor your worth and recognize your intrinsic value. It is to treat yourself with kindness, to forgive your mistakes, and to appreciate the unique gifts that you bring to the world. Loving yourself is essential because it enables you to love others without condition. When you are at peace with yourself, you have more love to give. When you accept yourself fully, you are no longer dependent on external validation or approval. You begin to act from a place of abundance, offering love freely and unconditionally. Start by practicing self-love every day. Look in the mirror and remind yourself of your worth. Speak kind and encouraging words to yourself, especially in times of challenge. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to a friend. The more you love yourself, the more your capacity to love others grows, and the more you can radiate that love into the world. Love as a force of transformation. When love becomes a consistent practice, it transforms not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. As you embody love, you become a living catalyst for change. People are drawn to your energy, seeking the peace and warmth that you radiate. Love is magnetic. It draws to you situations, relationships, and opportunities that resonate with your highest frequency. Love also heals. Whether it's the love you offer to yourself, to others, or to the world, it carries a transformative energy that shifts everything it touches. Love heals wounds, dissolves conflict, and mends broken connections. It brings peace where there is chaos, light where there is darkness, and unity where there is division. By choosing to live as a blessing, you become an agent of healing, peace, and transformation. Becoming a blessing, ultimately, to live as a blessing is to align every aspect of your life with the energy of love. It is a commitment to radiate love in every thought, word, and action. It is to serve as a living embodiment of love, healing, and compassion, offering your energy to uplift and inspire the world around you. By practicing love every day, you begin to create a life that reflects the beauty, peace, and abundance that you wish to see in the world. The more you live as a blessing, the more you attract blessings into your own life, and the more you contribute to the collective healing and transformation of the planet. In each moment, you have the choice to be a blessing, to embody the love that transcends all fear, all doubt, and all limitation. When you live as love, you become an unstoppable force for good, radiating healing, peace, and light wherever you go. You have the power to create the life you desire, but it all begins with mastering the energy within you. By aligning your thoughts, words, and actions, you can break free from old patterns and live in harmony with the universe. Remember, love is the ultimate force, and when you live as a blessing, you transform not only your life, but the world around you. Start today. Your reality is waiting to reflect the energy you choose to project.